You might have seen this image of Wonder Woman ridiculing Hulk for his puny banner, or the one where Power Girl shows off her assets in front of Supergirl and not have realized that they were drawn by an artist who had a 14-year contract with Marvel, then went on to work with DC Company. The man I'm referring to is called Frank Cho, aka the guy who, when he was asked which superhero he would date, he answered with the Wasp because she's rich and damaged. You see, after the Batgirl era of comics, which I talked about in my previous videos, artists separated into two groups: the ones who tried to distance themselves from drawing sexualized female characters, and the ones who wanted to rekindle that flame. Like all of those Adam Warren covers of Gen 13, which resulted in him starting his own comic series called Empowered, which is about a girl who gains superpowers whenever her suit gets torn in a revealing way. Now, Mr. Frank Cho himself was a part of that second group, and luckily for him, his really spicy drawings of female characters quickly caught the attention of the Marvel company. His drawing got so popular, in fact, that one of Marvel's most famous writers admitted to only being attracted to fictional characters who were drawn specifically by Frank Cho. He then started his professional work for superhero companies by drawing cover arts for Amazing Spider-Man, Hellboy, and Invincible, until in 2004 he got to do full-on interior work on Shanna the She-Devil. But he only agreed to do that in one condition, and that was drawing uncensored nudes of her in the comic, which Marvel first agreed, but then the pair came to a disagreement later on. Don't worry though, he got to do what he wanted in a comic series similar to Shanna the She-Devil by Dynamite Entertainment called The Jungle Girl. And this attitude of being on main all the time was something that kept getting him into troubles. For example, back in 2015, he drew several characters who were posing like that infamous image of Spider-Woman. Now, one of those characters was Gwen Stacy, who was a teenager, and obviously he didn't know that fact, but it got him in a world of troubles with even the original artist calling him out on it. Frank then jokingly responded with this art of Joker encouraging Harley to do that pose. Similar to that situation, a couple of years later when he left Marvel to work for DC Comics, he got in a heated argument with the writer Greg Rucka for wanting to censor his Wonder Woman comics and left after the 6th issue of the series. But despite the controversies and the really interesting images on his website, he's one of the most talented artists in the genre, and learning about how he basically built his life and career from nothing can be really inspirational to some of us. I'm curious to know what you guys think of him. Please let me know in the comments below, like and subscribe to all the good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.